Okay, hello. Selamat kembali ke episod podcast TB terpaling bola. Let's have a round of applause. Okay, bagi korang yang tertanya-tanya apa dah jadi dengan co-host aku, kau nampak kan sebelah aku ni kosong. Co-host aku ada hal sikit, jadi he couldn't make it today. So I'll be your host lah for today's episode. But it's okay. Last week kita dah sembang panjang lebar pasal MU, pasal everything Man United, their last season, what happened to them, what they need this season to move forward, their history. So today I think let's go to the other side instead. So today we got none other, we're going to discuss none other than Liverpool FC, the Cop. So we got a very special guest today. So introduce yourself, sir.
Okay, namaste Darmin. My name is Darmin. I've been a Liverpool fan for a long time now, since like the 80s, I'd say, maybe the late 80s.
But then you were a kid?
Yeah, when I was a kid.
Wow.
Because I won't say my father used to watch a lot of football, but I just used to watch that Road to Wembley and all that. And so, at that point, I reckon Liverpool was like masa tu macam Liverpool was the top team lah kira. So when you were a young kid, you will go towards the bigger team.
Right.
So that's how it started.
We didn't have much football on TV.
No, Ali only that Road to Wembley. Every time you listen to that song, right? That music comes on, you know what it is. Kita dapat highlights lah, bukan yang lebih kan. Just the highlight. Macam not like now where we have all the games. You can see any game, or you can stream it live, or you can do whatever you want. That time you just get a highlight. So it was that small little thing that I used to watch. Initially, I wasn't like a big Liverpool fan.
Yeah.
Tapi as time went on, I keep following the players and how they used to play and whatever not and all that. Then just slowly went into it lah.
Right.
And as my friends start talking, then it becomes a thing lah.
But how did you all start? Was it like a family thing?
No, I won't say the family. My mom doesn't give a toss.
Your dad, who was he supporting?
He didn't really support anyone per se.
Sama.
He'll just watch it when it's on TV.
Ada bola dia tengok je.
He just watch because it's something there lah, right?
Right.
So masa tu I je yang actually started following them. I went to school. Then you talk about the other friends start talking. They cakap macam Liverpool lah, blah 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 and all that. Yeah. So you just get into it that way lah.
Right.
And then from there you start becoming a fan. I mean, I cannot say I'm say for example I was in Liverpool or whatever it is where I immersed into the whole thing. Because being Malaysia, you're sort of detached from the entire environment of it. But slowly from there lah, just started and then became a fan lah.
So how did you have that Shoot magazine?
Yes.
Alright.
Wow, this Shoot magazine seems to be a thing, huh?
Shoot magazine, yeah. Because masa tu, during that time, Shoot magazine too is the only thing you have to get updates on whatever lah.
Wait, so that magazine contains like what? Results?
Player profiles, stories.
So like
lah.
Mason Greenwood story, it will be on Shoot magazine lah.
Okay.
And then what is Ten Hag's plans for this year? What's Liverpool strategy, transfer? All that will be in the magazine. And the magazine is weekly kan?
Yes, weekly.
So there was one more, so goal. Tak ada, goal was later. But Shoot was the one.
Shoot was the only one. And it comes from the UK, so.
It's not a Malaysian production.
It's not a Malaysian magazine. It comes from the UK. So we have to wait. That time I used to live in PJ. So I go to PJ State. PJ State got all the book sellers, right? So they will always get it lah. Once a week you have it lah.
You go there, belum sampai lagi. Besok lah, tunggulah 2 hari lagi. Magazine belum sampai lagi.
And that time got no money to buy lah. I can't ask my mother all the time kan. So have to save up lah.
That time dulu berapa the magazine satu?
I think
that is a good question. I can't remember. Maybe 2-3 ringgit at that point.
Well, that time I think was
colour.
Yeah. For me, the full colour magazine lah. Wow. And then what you do is that you can potong all the pictures.
Yes.
You can potong all the pictures, put in a book, put up in a wall. Because in the middle there'll be a poster.
Yes.
Masa Christmas they will have all kinds of cutouts.
Yes, I think I experienced that some sort of that magazine before. In the middle there'll be a poster.
It's folded though.
Yeah.
You can open it and you can stick it up on
put it on the wall. But then like growing up, who was your heroes masa tu like?
Growing up, I mean, obviously the normal would be Ian Rush or Kenny Dalglish,
Right.
and these were the main players lah. You know, and as time went on, maybe I think Robbie Fowler. I think the time where I was completely immersed was maybe in my early 20s. You know, and at the time I used to like people like Sammy Hipia.
Oh, good player.
You know, and players like that. I mean, they're not your prolific kind of players.
Yeah.
You know, they're not the goal scorers and whatever not. But you know, they're like day in and day out, right? They are the guys who are like there for the team, you know.
I mean, do you play football?
I didn't play football. I mean, not competitively at least.
But you played lah. You played
Socially.
Socially lah.
Yeah.
So sometimes I notice when people who play football, they understand
The game more.
the game better.
Yes.
I mean, in terms of, what's happening, on the pitch, in terms of the tactical setup, But in terms of Liverpool per se, like, back then, were you guys already winning titles, right? You guys
Yes.
were already, like, winning the best among the best.
At that point lah.
Yeah.
And then after that, it just became the whole
Then,
nothing. And then this
25
other
years.
This side took over.
Yeah. The other end of the M6, right? M6 or M5, right?
Yeah.
Which is Manchester lah, from Liverpool. They started winning everything lah.
But how did that feel though? From seeing your club all the way at the top masa tu, and then teruk crashing down.
Painful. Sakit
But
lah.
it didn't happen overnight. So
No, actually that's not the worst part. And then especially the masa tu you like at college ke whatever it is kan.
Yeah.
The moment you go in will start lah.
Oh, the banter.
Here we go lah. And now the favourite term is like every time Liverpool lose mestilah fans sudah masuk gua lah. All the usual lines lah, you know.
Yeah.
The most intense was when I first started working.
Yeah.
And then the rivalry between the fans was, I mean, we had like a huge MU following. I used to work in this TV production arena, right?
Yeah.
So there's like a huge MU following, there's a huge Liverpool following. So it'll start lah.
But in terms of like seeing your arch rivals being so successful and then you guys
I mean,
struggling,
it's painful. You
because
wonder
of that.
what's happening. I mean, you try to comment. I mean, initially you do that, and after like maybe 3-4 years, you're like, I'm fed up lah. Whatever happens lah. You know?
Masa tu tak ada feeling nak tukar.
No.
Tak ada,
Actually, no. That's for sure. No time I wanted to change. Tak pernah ada feeling nak tukar.
Tak ada.
Tak ada.
Okay, because when I was growing up, even for me, even back in the 20s, the early 2000s, right? Back then, Liverpool last title was I think 30 years ago.
Yeah, I think that was
20 over years ago.
91, like somewhere around
They
there
won the
lah.
title first time in 25 years.
I think more than that. 30
More than that,
over
more than
years.
that. 30 years, if I'm not mistaken.
So back then, the Liverpool fans akan kena bahan lah. Like,
But
kau 30
even
tahun
tak
tak
menang
menang.
title, they won
No, but
Champions
they
League.
won Champions League.
Yes.
They won UEFA. I think 2001 they won UEFA. And
They
won the
got close a few times.
Yeah, 2005. I mean, come on, the 2005 yang dekat Istanbul.
Oh, I was gonna ask you about that. I was gonna
I
ask
mean,
you.
that is, you know, the sad thing about the game is, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it was late at night lah. So that 3-0 during the halftime, and I was like, forget about this. Aku dah tidur lah.
Yeah.
So I just went into my room. I went to sleep lah. Next morning, when I watching the highlights, I was cursing.
Oh, you slept?
I went to sleep at
No.
halftime. When I woke up in the morning and I was looking at my phone, I was like, no!
I think the same thing happened to me also.
What
Because
did I miss?
although I'm not a Liverpool fan, how can they come back from 3-0 down?
Exactly.
The question is today, everybody asks, what did Benitez kan?
Yeah, but
Benitez.
What
Benitez.
did he say in the
In the
dressing
dressing
room?
room. Nobody
Yeah,
knows that. Some people say Gerrard spoke more than Benitez did.
Right.
I don't know how true it is, but if you just read these people's stories, whatever, I think Gerrard is the one who was more sort of macam bagi inspirasi lah to the team, you know, pushing them to like, come on, this is our chance, blah blah blah, you know, whatever it may be lah.
Would you consider that to be like the peak for you, the all-time?
In terms of game wise, maybe one of the top games.
Because you have seen like back in the day Ian Rush.
Yeah,
And,
but when you watch at that point, right? I think the difference is sometimes the expectation is already there, whereas the AC Milan game, well, yes, you want Liverpool to win, but in the back of your head, you're like, I don't know.
yeah,
You know?
because no one expected you
Yeah,
guys
no
to
one
even-
expected. And then and when you saw the first half already, you saw the way they're playing, macam dah, yelah, tak apalah, he's just
And
gonna
your
do what
squad
it is
bukan
lah.
like terror mana pun. You
tu
guys
lah.
had apa, Sami Hipia,
Sami Hipia.
Milan Baros.
Milan Baros,
Oh, Baros.
Smeacer. I mean, Smeacer's goal was a good goal.
Yeah. Jersey
You know,
Dudek, which is like
Jersey
what?
Dudek.
Not even, can't compare to Dida in AC Milan,
Yeah,
right?
of course. I mean, man for man,
Yeah.
Liverpool was definitely not even remotely close to that team lah.
Yeah.
You know, but like you said, like the ball is round,
Yeah.
You can go
But
anywhere.
that made up for not winning the league, winning Champions League.
Yeah, it made up. I mean, but at the end of the day, winning the Premier League is always for them. I think still the home
Pinnacle.
the home trophy, right? It's still the pinnacle of the. Yes, Champions League is fantastic, but winning I think to me at least, winning the Premier League is and you have bragging rights at home. You know what I mean?
For you, so you would place the Premier League over the Champions League?
Yeah, I would.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Because I would place the Champions League higher than the Premier League. Because, I mean, you're the champions of Europe, good. Premier League, kau juara kampung lah.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't really say juara kampung. I mean, yes, I'm not putting the Champions League down. It is very prestigious, very. I mean, you got bragging rights as well. But I think if you look at it locally, right, within England, the Premier League is actually such a big thing for them because it's a pride over like another city. They don't care about what's outside England. But I can walk to Manchester and say like, hello, look at me. You know what I mean? Whereas in the 30 years they didn't win anything, pasal dia tak menang apa, no matter what the MU fans say or any other fans say lah, you know, you just have to bow your head. Okay, all right.
You see, winning the Champions League, it's a knockout competition.
Yeah.
And then you can draw and get away with penalty kicks.
Yes.
That's a cup competition.
Home and away, you draw, or where they had the away goals. So you could actually do from quarter-final, semi-final, and even final.
Yeah.
There was one MU won by penalties, right?
The one in Moscow.
With Chelsea.
Yeah.
So you can even win with penalty kicks. So
I mean, technically, you can even draw every game and win on penalties.
That is true.
Premier League is a long haul.
Premier League is a long haul. I mean, Premier League has so many things that come into play. I mean, injuries whatever. I mean, a red card, consistency, anything lah. You know, and players' emotions, whatever happens in the dressing room, because we really don't know what happens in the dressing room. I mean, on the field you just see them playing.
Yeah.
But you know, I mean, there can be so many dramas. Suddenly, this guy is dating their first ex-girlfriend. I mean, it's possible. You never know. And that I won't want to talk to you anymore, or I won't pass the ball to you, or I have some kind of grudge. So there's all sorts of all these. I mean, they are human beings as well. So you never know. You know, whatever stresses they may have as well. You know.
Yeah, but then in terms of you guys won the Champions League,
Right.
But what stopped you from winning that big prize, the Premier League? Because you guys went quite long without winning the Premier League. And you guys had multiple managers as well.
Yeah, if you ask me what stopped them, I really can't give you like a.
Was it a manager problem? Was it a ownership problem?
Before that was the Gillettes, right? You know.
I guess so. Yeah, Tom Hicks.
Tom Hicks and something Gillette.
George Gillette.
Yeah. It could have been that. I think managers. I mean, Rafa Benitez, I thought was a decent manager.
Yeah.
I think Roy Evans, was it before that? He was.
Yeah, Julia also.
Julia was, and I mean, Liverpool is always thereabout.
Thereabout, yes.
You know, I mean, it's a decent team. It's a good team. I mean, you had people like.
It was never a mid-table side.
You even had King Kenny coming back, right?
Yeah, we had Kenny Dalglish come back, and we had. I mean, we had really decent players. We had Fernando Torres, which is a good player. Yeah. We had what is that other? I can't remember his name now.
Suarez.
Oh, Suarez, but Suarez time we were already like sort of
challenging
going up, going up the ranks, so to speak.
Craig Bellamy.
Tapi I think 25 years ago, they never had a Liverpool that was finishing 10th or 11th.
No.
It's always
but we're always thereabouts. We never finished.
You always top 8.
Yeah, we always at the at least at the top end of the table. But masalah we just couldn't find the right team
was winning the title
and right person. And maybe I mean you also got to factor in that the fact that Alex Ferguson was. I mean you got to give him credit for credit is due.
Yeah,
he was an excellent manager and he put the team together, and obviously MU were clicking in all cylinders.
Yeah.
You know, so you just got to give them credit for that, you know.
Yeah, but I mean, in terms of challenging for the league itself, you guys have a lot of managers, Roy Watson, King Kenny, like what you mentioned just now. I think you came closest to winning when I think Brendan Rodgers, right? That's when
yes.
Yeah.
I think it was like 1 point.
The slip
by Gerrard slip.
Okay, what was your reaction? Did you watch the game?
Became satu besar cerita lah tu. Over the years, Gerrard slip.
Sampai nama dah jadi Sleepy G.
Yes. Okay, now that was that was a painful thing. Which if we won the game, we would have won.
Lawan Chelsea kan?
We won the Premier League.
Lawan Chelsea, the slip happened lawan Chelsea.
Yes.
And Dembaba was the one that scored.
Kenapa?
Ah.
I cannot forget that. They keep repeating that benda tu je.
And I think till today, right, that's one of the things that really, if you watch some interviews with Steven Gerrard and all that, that's one thing that when they ask him that question, right, he takes a moment to find like the right answer to reply to.
Yeah, because I mean he couldn't win the league because of that mistake.
And
right?
he being
the captain.
and he like epitomes or sort of embodies, Liverpool per se. I mean, he's like the most loyal player. He was offered to go to Chelsea and all that, but he just didn't take any of these offers. He was like a true Liverpool boy from the academy right up to, till his career was over.
Very good player.
I mean, you guys have a lot of loyal club players.
Sure,
I mean, Carragher, one of them. Gerrard.
I mean, a lot.
And the funny thing about that Gerrard slip was like before the game, the team huddle, right?
Yes,
Gerrard was telling.
He gave them that whole speech, right?
And he mentioned, let's not make this slip, guys.
Yeah.
And then he slips. Oh,
The irony. Anyway.
But then, okay lah. I mean, Rodgers got sacked after that.
Yes.
It went downhill. Then comes the Messiah, Jurgen Klopp.
I think Jurgen Klopp, right? I mean,
My wife calls him Gigi Besar because
he's always smiling.
Back then, he had like his teeth was quite
really huge teeth. Yeah. Gigi Besar.
Done some dental work, perhaps.
Gigi Besar main
Yeah, but
I think Jurgen Klopp, right, in the terms of his sort of, I would say, sort of like a perfect manager for Liverpool, but I think he brought the team together, and he inherited some players, he brought in some players, but I think he put the dressing room in order, and that's what translated on the field as well.
Would you consider him a successful manager?
Definitely.
Oh, come on.
Definitely.
What a question.
Definitely.
Title? Champions League?
Champions League.
Champions League final again?
Yeah, Champions League final.
And then at UEFA? Did he win?
Europe? No, he went to the final, I think.
Final?
In the early stages.
Yeah.
But
I think we won some Super League or something like that.
So, consider successful lah.
Yeah.
And I consider Klopp, dia tak beli banyak player pun, no? He doesn't spend that much.
He spends where it's necessary, I suppose, and what's required for the team. I mean, when that early like sprint, where he just came in and everything was clicking, and you had Mo Salah come in and everything was just running smoothly.
Mo Salah, exactly. He was a reject at Chelsea.
Reject at Chelsea.
Yeah.
What made him change when he came to Liverpool? I'd say that whatever Jurgen Klopp did, right, to either motivate him, change his style of play, or whatever it would have been, is the one that sort of pushed him to become what he is today.
Yeah.
I mean, I cannot go into specifics of tactics because I'm really not familiar with that side of football, but he would have done something, put him so this is not how you should be playing, this is not how you should be moving, this is what you should do. And so don't get the player to get the player to fit into the team, also to as opposed to get the team to fit around the player.
Going through a barren run without titles, then Klopp coming in, coming close, I think in the first few years, and then finally winning the thing during the COVID season. So how was that for you?
Yeah, that was excellent. I mean, first of all, for people to stop saying that Liverpool's never won the Premier League, because technically we never won the Premier League.
Back then, what was it called?
I know it was Division 1, and then you win Division. That time, the Premier League only started in the...
It's not the word. The word was not Premier League.
Yeah, it was. I know it's Division 1, Division 2.
Division 1 lah.
Probably,
yeah. So we technically never won the Premier League. That was the first time we ever won ever since the Premier League was introduced. So it was a good feeling. Definitely a good feeling. I mean, that entire season, right? It's like you feel invincible. Like Liverpool can do no wrong at that point.
Yeah. They were scoring goals at the 94th, 95th minute.
And some of the scorelines were like, don't know what, ridiculous numbers, 7-0. I mean, I know we beat MU in some.
I should have brought a 7 up. But then people will say, other fans yang kata lah, like, Liverpool menang sebab COVID season je. No, it takes the shine off the success lah.
It may take the shine off.
People will say a lot of things lah,
Mungkin sikit je lah. Tapi the games are still the games, right? At the end.
I mean, masa lockdown, no fans, so...
Everybody played in the same conditions.
And the thing is, ada orang yang dengki dia akan buat, dia akan bising.
But then I think you guys made some really good signings like before you actually won the league, right? You guys made I think 3 major signings to cover up, those gaping holes. I think one of them was Alisson in goal.
Fantastic buy.
Yeah, I mean before that, who was your keeper? Karius.
Karius, the Champions League final.
Karius,
The blunder he made, oh my goodness.
Yeah, Lawrence Karius.
The one that against Real Madrid went through his hands.
But actually, Liverpool has always had decent goal. I mean, besides him, when we had Pepe Reina,
Good.
I remember like Sander Westerveld was a decent goalkeeper. Yezi Dudak, and now Alisson, Yeah, I mean we had to, and midfield especially, midfield had to be. I think there was a lot of attention. And like now, see, for instance, like we started playing less. Now, when we like last season, for example, we slide because midfield had no cohesion
and
at all.
was not there yet.
Yeah, there's no cohesion in the midfield anymore. I think now they're building the midfield again. They still need more, but like for example yesterday's game. Oh, sorry, last weekend's game.
Yeah.
Right, against Bournemouth. You can see the midfield. They are decent players, but they're like all very new to each other. I mean, given the Premier League is just starting, and these guys are just coming to the team, right? It's like okay, you suddenly like a new team. You like when you're younger, you stand in the padang. I pick you, right? And all these guys come and play. Well, whilst they're all decent players, but you've never played with them before. At least at this level, right? But I guess it takes some time for them to understand.
But what happened to the earlier? There was Thiago, there was Fabinho.
Fabinho's left.
Okay, these are all good players. They were doing well 2 years back, 3 years back.
But I think age is one thing that age has gotten up with them as well. And,
Thiago's not young as well.
Thiago Alcantara is not well as well. I mean, not young as well.
But this core was suddenly like.
Yeah, I mean they reached their peak at that point, when once we won and all that. After that, it's sort of like they lost their speed. People already understand their game. The opponents understand their game. So I guess you just need a refresh. So these new guys that have come in. I mean, the McAllister, the Hungarian guy. What's his name? Soblaski. Even like say the Bournemouth game, he actually played really well.
Yeah.
I think he was an excellent player.
Yeah. That guy was quite highly. He's quite highly rated.
Yeah. And then even the Japanese guy that came in, Endo.
Yeah.
I thought he did pretty okay. I mean, for his debut, I think he did pretty alright.
Yeah.
I mean, the McAllister Reka was absolutely ridiculous, if you ask me. I mean, we just want to talk about the game.
But what was the issue last season? I mean, you guys won the league already. You guys made a lot of good signings of Van Dijk. It was good. Alisson was good. But how come last season suddenly tapered off? Was it the money factor or was it more than that?
Money in what sense?
Because Mane left last season.
Oh, Mane. Sorry, I thought
Mane.
money. Sorry.
No.
Maybe to an extent, Mane, maybe a little bit.
Yeah.
But I mean, you can't really. Can't
slump.
Because from the outside, I'm looking at Liverpool and say, okay, Mane left, so maybe that's the cause.
Yeah,
but I don't know what is it on the inside.
Just put it on Mane entirely.
Yeah.
Like you said, a lot of players weren't clicking already, right? Hard to explain it per se. I mean, I guess they reached a point where some people was getting frustrated. They're not getting the spots that they want.
Even Van Dijk was dropped off completely.
I mean, I think as that progressed, as the team moved on towards the season, right? I think the frustration could be felt by the other players as well. Maybe that crept in and affected their play. In that sense, I mean, it was.
Ataupun is it the 7-season curse for Klopp? Because Klopp has this 7-season thing, though.
maybe. Yeah, maybe.
Wherever he goes, 7 seasons, Nacho.
But you never know. I mean, he's looking slightly better now. And even towards the end of last season, actually, we actually picked up quite. It was a lot better.
5th place.
Is that the mid part of the season where we were really in a mess?
Yeah, you guys ended the season quite well.
Yeah, we ended the season actually quite well. Things started moving forward again. It's just that mid-season where the Christmas time, where everything was just a bit. And then in the Premier League, usually by Christmas time, right, you should already have a standing of a certain position.
Roughly
By the time of Christmas, after that, you're not in that position, you know what's going to happen after that, really,
Yeah. Whether you're going to challenge.
Yeah, whether you're going to challenge, or you're going to just be one of the other just also ran sort of teams,
Yeah.
But what exactly happened, I really cannot.
But I think for a poor season, you finished 5th, also quite good.
Yeah, I mean, we didn't do badly, you know, but not what
better
not,
than Chelsea.
Not yeah.
Chelsea is just a joke.
Yeah, Chelsea. Well. But I guess not what people expected from coming from where Liverpool came before, right? And last season was suddenly like a huge drop in performance, right? I think a lot of people are surprised at why did that suddenly happen. I mean, maybe whatever Klopp was doing wasn't working effectively at that point. You know, he needed also to relook at his tactics maybe or stuff like that.
No, because people will, when they start the season, people always putting who's going to challenge for the title? City, Liverpool, right?
But Liverpool finished second the year for 1 point.
Yeah,
1
1 point.
1 point behind Man City.
Yeah.
The
And then you were challenging FA Cup final, Carabao Cup final,
and Champions League final.
Champions League final. And then suddenly it just drop off.
Maybe everything took a toll on them. So.
That's another thing. It took a toll on the team.
But one positive thing from last season that 7-0 we have to talk about it. We have to talk about it.
Even if we didn't win, right, or we finished 5th, I mean that is at least one. It's like we got a trophy of our own.
Betul.
I don't want to talk about it.
I mean, maybe not the main trophy, but at least they gave us a set lah.
You watched the game?
Yeah, of course.
Were there United fans around you?
No, I was actually at home. I was at home. I watched it at home.
Kicking everything.
Yes. I mean, after a while, I didn't want to cheer or to cry or
to feel sorry.
I mean, you do feel sorry for them after a while. You know, like the goals were getting for fun.
I can ask the director to cut.
No, but in terms of the rivalry, is United like the number one rival, or is it Everton?
I think United.
Not Everton.
No, not Everton.
Actually, Everton is crap.
Not Everton. MU is MU. For some reason, Liverpool's biggest rival is MU. You know.
If someone were to pay you $1 million to wear
a MU jersey. I mean, I'm not stupid either. I'm gonna still support Liverpool. If you just want me to wear the jersey, what the hell? I'll just wear it.
Wear the jersey for a week.
What? I mean, in the greater scheme of things, it's really not gonna change anything. I'm still gonna support Liverpool either way, right? And I have $1 million, so why not?
Win-win, right?
Yeah, it's a win-win.
Yeah.
How do you see Liverpool this year?
Well, I don't see them winning, but at least the top 4 at least. You know, I don't see them winning yet, because with all these new guys coming in and all that.
And then you have this Manchester City curse, that they are a solid team at this point of time. They are a 90 point team.
Yeah. I mean, you just watch the first 2 games, really, you can see the way they're playing. I mean, you got to give it to Pep as well. Pep knows. You know,
any other time you get 88 points, you can win the title. Now it's got to be 90.
But how was your signings like this season? Are you happy with it? Or?
Yeah, I would like. I mean, I did the first 2 games the season actually play. I thought they were pretty. I'm so glad we didn't get that. What's I say?
Caicedo.
Yeah. I mean, I saw him in the Chelsea game. My God, seriously.
But what happened though to those signings? I mean, you're supposed to sign Caicedo, you're supposed to sign
Roman
Lavia.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean,
I think it's Chelsea money.
Chelsea money. Maybe they just swooped in the agents. Because a lot of these agents, these players' agents, right? They also play a lot of games.
And you don't know what kind of salary they're paying this Caicedo and what's the other guy they bought?
Lavia.
I mean, even Mason Mount.
Mason Mount.
Come on, you know. But no, like I said, I mean, there's a lot of wheeling and dealings going on in the background as well. I mean, we only see all the rumors. This was going for 20 million. This was going for 100 million.
Klopp actually announced it that
we agreed on terms. I mean, you never know. In the background, some agent would have said, or the player would have said, "No, I don't want."
No, Chelsea would have come in and said 20% more salary.
You know, I mean, you watch the movie Jerry Maguire, right? How they wheel and deal, how these agents wheel and deal in the background. Like today, I'll say yes, I'm playing. Tomorrow, one agent will come on. This guy is giving you a bit more, right? And he's promising you this. He'll and then maybe whoever their jersey sponsor is going to give you X more amount of money. If you go to Chelsea, Nike will sign you up as their spokesperson for the Juke boots. So you get your own boot design, blah blah blah. They'll give you all these additional perks. The guy said, "Oh, okay lah, you know, seems better for me." So boom, I go there. He said, "Oh, Chelsea can't be that bad going to Chelsea." So may as well go and try it out lah.
But some people ada cakap lah like, Liverpool dah hilang their pulling power.
In
terms of that, do you agree? to sign like the top talents?
Maybe a little bit. Maybe a little bit. I mean, after maybe last season, it's sort of so they're a bit weary of whether they want to go. But I think Liverpool is still a safe bet team to go to. You're not like you said. We've always been thereabouts. Okay, not winning, always been thereabouts, right? And in that sense, it's still a decent team to go to. You're still going to get. And the thing is, like the following that Liverpool has, right? It's so big around the world. Right? Any player that goes there is his profile is at least going to go up.
Confirm.
5 or 10 notches.
Because before this Caicedo thing, I think you guys were linked to Jude Bellingham also.
Yes.
Sorry, Jude Bellingham.
I mean, talking about Jude Bellingham for the longest time. But I think Jude Bellingham doesn't want to come back. He doesn't want to, play.
Yeah, Real Madrid.
Yeah.
They were telling like it's already a done deal. Then somehow, fella went to Madrid.
Jude Bellingham, and then there's also a big talk with what's his name? What's the French guy again?
Chouameni.
No.
Mbappe.
Mbappe.
Yeah.
To
I
Liverpool,
mean, there was always rumors.
I mean, Mbappe to MU also got rumors.
Yeah, there's always rumors. There's rumors.
Maybe it's linked to everybody.
These rumors are always going to be coming around. Whereas like this Bellingham was quite kept repeating itself.
Yeah.
I think Bellingham just didn't want to come to Liverpool.
They want to come.
Yeah.
It's not a matter of like them, the owners not spending money. Owners don't spend money. Right?
Yeah. I mean, they have a decent budget. I think owners currently this current owners, they have a decent. The Fenway is supposed to be right. I think they're given Liverpool a decent dessert. What is this budget to?
That's Level's life. He's 60 million, right?
Yeah.
And then they bought another.
McAllister, I think 50.
McAllister from
110.
Brighton.
Who else they bought?
Not sure.
They bought this Japanese guy, this
yeah.
guy.
I'm not too sure about that guy though. Because I mean, unknown.
Yeah, unknown, but sometimes you never know.
Yeah.
I mean, so when Salah first came to Liverpool, he was almost an unheard of in Chelsea.
Yeah.
Although
he was doing
He's a
well.
flop.
No,
He's not a
not
flop.
really. He was doing well in Roma, but Roma, Italian league.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then people will say like, oh, this is a panic buy.
Who?
This Japanese
This
guy.
Japanese guy could be. I know, but he's still saying there's still a possibility of at least getting 1 or 2 more, at least for the midfield.
Yeah, I heard Amrabat, so they're interested.
Yeah. The Moroccan guy, right?
Yeah. Moroccan guy.
I heard the stories. I mean, that rumor from like a few months ago as well.
Yeah, they're supposed to go to United, so I heard. I don't know what's happening there.
United always do it late.
But what else do you think they need to strengthen this season?
I think striker-wise, they're quite okay. Right? I think Luis Diaz is doing an excellent job. The wings. I mean, Robertson. I think we've got Tsimikas, but Robertson, I think, is also not what he used to be. 3-4 years ago. I mean, last time when Robertson runs up, right, if he's on the wing, right, the possibility of them scoring a goal is very high. Every time you see him run, you get excited because the way he crosses in, and there's always a possibility. But now you can see he's already slowing down. So maybe back, and Tsimikas cannot fill in that role, I think, entirely at the moment.
He seems like a drop-off compared to Robertson.
Yeah, I mean, he's a compromise in that sense. You have to. I mean, with Robertson can't play. You have to. He's the only player who would replace that. Maybe to strengthen on the left. Alexander Arnold seemed to have picked up, at least for the first 2 games. He looks like he's, sort of picked up his games from last season.
Last season was bad.
Last season he was really out. He's just really out of sorts.
I think Klopp made a decision to play him in midfield at one point, right?
Yeah, because I think a lot of the injuries, because we're.
No, he doesn't track back. That's the problem.
I mean, they're like running wingers, So they try to be a winger, but you're actually a left back or a right back.
So you got to
track back.
duties.
Many times you can see Van Dijk shouting at him like, "Where the hell have you gone?"
That's the weak point. That was the weak point.
The lack of defensive.
Yeah, and I think that, and those things, I think maybe they've looked into it at the moment, and you can see at least now he's a bit more, at least for the first 2 games. Maybe he cut his hair as well, so that makes a difference. You can see more clearly. I guess it's a wait and see game. There might be another 1 or 2 players coming in.
But up front,
front, I think it's okay. I don't think
They've got all the forward players. They've got Jota, they've got Diaz,
they've
got Darwin, then they've got Salah.
Darwin, did he keep on?
Darwin, well, I don't know. I mean, he's been on the bench.
They were comparing him to Haaland, no? Last season.
Yeah. I think the only comparison is has both have ponytails. I think that's about as far as it goes. He's actually. Darwin Nunes is a wait and see. He's really hasn't really proved himself. You know, to the point. I mean, at least the expectation that the fans had, or at least that everybody else had when he came in, he hasn't definitely not come up to that expectation yet. You know, I think maybe, I mean, we can write it off as the first season. Maybe he was whatever. But
Need time to adapt.
yeah, but even by now, if like this season he's still like that, then obviously something's not right, lah.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
But I think with these four strikers, if Dunev comes into himself as well, I think we should. I think midfield we definitely need to strengthen a little bit.
Yeah,
Midfield is the one that is a bit of a mess for Liverpool at the moment. I don't know what exact players will work, to be honest. I mean,
because I think a lot of players left, right? Fabinho, Henderson,
left.
Thiago's still there.
Thiago is still there. Oxlade-Chamberlain left.
Miller?
Yeah.
Miller ada ke tak ada?
Milner. I mean, all said and done, right?
Solid.
He actually pulls the team together. He's like one of those like
glue.
Yeah, the glue, or the guy will just say like, you know, just screw you right and what the hell are you doing? At least, you know, you need some kind of player like that as well. I mean, Van Dijk is now trying to fit into that role, I think.
That leadership role.
Yeah, the leadership role. I think Henderson actually, whilst he doesn't look like your most prolific player, he had that role as well, you know, and being captain as well.
Yeah.
He sort of like pulled the team together. Or he has the how do I say it? Macam mana cakap? Macam like he has the clout to like shout at the other player and say like what, no matter even the guy's older, younger, or star, he can still like, you know, tell you off or whatever it is, you know. So I guess we need somebody like that on the field as well, you know. Hopefully Van Dijk can stick into that. I like Konate. I think he's a decent defender.
I think Konate has taken over Gomez, right?
Yes.
Gomez is quite poor.
Gomez is quite poor. And like, I think our wings we need backup.
In terms of the fullbacks.
Fullbacks, so left and right wings, like I said, like Robertson, and maybe if, say for example, if what's his name, Trent is injured, there's no real who's going to be able to keep up with his pace or his game. And the midfielder. I mean, it's yet to be proven, like this McAllister and this Sowaski, whether they're actually going to be ideal, but you know, maybe one or two more, just to make sure that, like, you know.
You like the way Klopp plays, the style of play?
Yeah, I think I do.
Yeah, fast.
I mean, like pressing game, like you see, they always start off with
on the front
they
foot.
always go like banzai, like
Yeah.
Fast.
But this season, you guys drew one, won one.
1-1, yeah.
So I think, what do you think the last performance?
I mean, based on the Bournemouth performance, I think the Bournemouth game. I mean, initially they started off a bit.
You 1-0 down, right?
Yeah, a bit klangkabut, a bit klangkabut for a while there, but I think they got their act together, and after that they were. I think it was just the initial few minutes, you know.
Yeah.
They didn't expect. I didn't expect Bournemouth to come up that fast, or expected to play a bit more defensive or whatever it is. I mean, we beat Bournemouth 10-0, or was it 9-0 once?
Yeah.
So maybe they didn't expect. I don't know, but the Bournemouth sort of like, you know, just went off the tracks really fast. So maybe this sort of rattled them for a moment. But I think within the first 15 minutes they were back on track. And,
back in the game.
Yeah. And sort of controlling the game from that point, you know. So I compared to what they were playing last season, I think there is slightly a better how do I put it, flow to the team at the moment. You know, the last time, at least even when they started, you can see it was still a bit klangkabut. People didn't know what their positions exactly should be, you know, and stuff like that. Whereas now it seems a little bit more organized. People know what they're doing. So I hope that stays. Hopefully there's no major injuries that we have to. I mean, there will be, but I'm sure. I hope there's nothing too, you know, crazy. And we can maintain this. I think, like I said, I don't think we'll win.
Yeah.
I doubt we'll win. It's too soon with this new whatever team. I'm not going to say new team, but new players and whatever and all that. But at least a top four. I mean, that's the minimum we can expect. And
Top four and
maybe we might win the what you call this again? Europa.
Yeah, that's a tournament that can win,
Yeah.
So top four in the trophy,
Yeah.
So
Top four in the
expectation.
trophy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I think we covered Liverpool. So yeah, we'll be back after this.